Annabelle and welcome to Crafting with Character, the series where I invite one of my friends over and we show you some crafts with things that you may have around the house that you might want to do at home. So without further ado, should we meet our friend today?
Hello everybody! Oh, thank you for having me, Miss Annabelle. I'm very excited to find out what we're doing today.
Well, today we are going to be baking some cupcakes.
Oh, wonderful! You know, I do love to bake pies, especially gooseberry pies, but I'm always interested in expanding my baking repertoire.
Well, I like to bake cupcakes and they're one of my favourite things to bake. So there's a handful of things that you need to do first before we start to bake. One of them is that you need to wash your hands. You need to have very clean hands to bake. Number two, you need to have an apron. So I'm just going to put mine on right now. It's covered in cupcakes. As I said, I enjoy to make cupcakes.
Very, very pretty. And mine matches my bow and my cake.
It does. The third thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to preheat your oven to 190 degrees. If you hear a little humming sound, that is currently my oven warming up, so that once we've finished making the batter, we can put the cupcakes straight into the oven so we don't have to wait too long for them. So I have everything laid out ready to make our cupcakes. I have our ingredients, which is butter, sugar, self-raising flour and eggs. Only 4 ingredients go into making cupcakes. I also have our weighing scale and our bowl and our electric whisk so that we can mix everything together. So the first thing that we need to do, we need to get our baking trays here.
Yes.
And I was wondering if you wanted to put all of the cupcake basins on for me.
Oh, I would love to. Do I just put one little case in one of the holes?
That is
going?
exactly what you do.
Perfect, I can certainly do that.
So we probably won't fill all of them up, but we will do that just in case. Now, as we're doing that, I'm going to weigh out our butter. Now, you need 100 grams of everything to 2 eggs. So we're going to have 100 grams of butter, 100 grams of flour, and 100 grams of sugar. So I have 100 grams of butter. I'm going to reset my scales and then we are going to add our sugar. So our 100 grams of sugar. So 100 grams of butter and 100 grams of sugar. I'm going to take it off and now we're going to grab our electric whisk. Now you're probably going to need an adult to do this with you. It can be a little bit dangerous. You want to keep your hands away from it because you don't want to hurt yourself. And you're just going to put it in and you're just going to turn it on. You're going to whisk it all up until it is pale and fluffy.
Okay.
So we have whisked together our butter and our sugar and it should be nice and pale here. If you really whisk it like this, this will allow your cupcakes to be nice and fluffy.
We don't want heavy cupcakes. It's not fruitcake.
No. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our eggs. So we're going to crack 2 eggs. Now I like to crack eggs in a separate cup just in case we get any eggshells in the cup.
Oh, that's a good idea because you don't want to crack the eggs over this and then get eggshells in there and then try and fish them out because eggshells are really difficult to get out.
They are, they're very slippery.
They are.
So would you like to hold this
Of course.
for me while I crack this one? So once again, you can have an adult help you with this. These can be a little tricky to open.
And you don't want to hit it too hard.
No, you don't.
It's all about getting the right amount of pressure.
Because if you hit it too hard, then it can completely crack and you can completely miss the bowl that you're cracking it into.
Exactly, and then that's a lot of mess to clean up.
That is. Now I'm just going to take a fork and I'm going to whisk this all up so it's all together. Just like that. Now I'm going to add the egg to the butter and the sugar mix, just bit by bit. And I'm going to mix it together with the electric whisk.
Wonderful.
So there we go, the egg has been mixed in. So now it has a little bit more movement, this batter. Now we're going to add our vanilla extract.
Oh.
So I'm literally just going to pour in literally just like a dab.
Oh, you're going to do it freehand, you're not going to measure.
No, if you want to measure it, you could do half a teaspoon.
I suppose it depends how vanilla you like your
Exactly.
cupcakes.
And also you could do other flavors. You could have orange in it if you wanted, or lemon. It's really up to you. So I'm literally just gonna go. There we go.
Oh.
That's enough.
That wasn't very much at all.
No, it's very strong vanilla extract. So now that we have this, I'm just gonna put it to the side, and we're gonna bring back our weighing scale. I'm gonna take another bowl. Now I'm gonna weigh our self-raising flour. Now it's 100 grams, remember? So we're gonna stop when we have 800. Perfect. So just like we did with the egg, we're gonna add the flour bit by bit. So I'm just gonna, yeah, would you like to hold it?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Now, sometimes when you whisk together the flour, it all congregates around the edge. So we're just gonna take a spatula, and we're just gonna go around the edge to bring it all back into the middle. And then we'll mix that all together so it's all combined. And there we have it, our cake batter. So it should look a little bit like this. Now, do you know what we're gonna do next?
Are we going to put the batter in the cake soup?
That's exactly what we're gonna do.
Oh, how fun!
So, how I usually do it, I take a big spoon and a teaspoon, and I scoop up the batter in the big spoon. I put it over the tin, and then I scrape it in with a teaspoon.
Oh, I see, because then your hands don't get dirty.
No, they don't. So, that's too much. So you just want a little bit. You want it to be kind of filled halfway, because we did use self-raising flour, so the cupcakes will rise. So you don't want to fill them all the way to the top, otherwise
Oh, because then they'd overflow?
Exactly.
And then you wouldn't have lots of little cupcakes, you would have one big one.
You would.
And then you'd have a cake, and we're not making cake, we're making cupcakes.
We are.
So just a little bit, about half full?
Yes, about half full. So our cupcake batter has made how many cakes?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Exactly, so we made 14 cakes, but we put too many of the cakes down, didn't we?
Oh no, I put too many of the pieces.
But that's fine, because you can just pick them up. You don't want to put them in the oven, because then you can't use them for cupcakes that you make later.
Exactly.
So, we put them in, but you can see I've put some batter on the actual cake tin. So what we're going to do, because that will actually cook in the oven,
oh, no.
and then that will be hard to get off, we're just going to take a bit of kitchen roll, and we're just going to go like that.
Much easier to clean now than later.
Exactly. And there we go. So we are going to put these in the oven for about 15 minutes now, or about 15 to 20. I check on them in about 15 minutes and see if they're nice and springy and golden, and that's when you should take them out, and then we'll do some decorating with them.
So once they're springy and golden, you know that they're cooked all the way through?
Yes, and if you have a cake tester, you can just poke that in, and if nothing comes off of it when you bring it out, they're done.
Perfect, but I'm very excited. Should we put these in the oven?
I think we should. So our cupcakes are done. They are out of the oven. They are quite golden. They look like this. They smell really good. While they were in the oven, we decided to make some buttercream, didn't we, to decorate our cupcakes. Now, buttercream is 75 grams of butter and 175 grams of icing sugar. And I just put that in a food processor, and I just blended it all up, and boom.
Could I ask a question?
Of course.
Is that the icing sugar when it's powdered without the water that you add to it?
Yes, it is the powdered one. So the powdered icing sugar, you just add water to that, and that becomes the icing sugar that's like runny.
Perfect, so that is just butter and then powdered icing sugar.
It's exactly what it is.
I just wanted to make sure.
So what we are deciding to do, we are going to make butterfly cupcakes.
Oh.
So, this is one that I did earlier. So all that you're going to do is you're going to take a knife, but be very, very careful, make sure that it is a blunt knife, and you're going to cut all the way around in the middle, and you're going to take the middle bit out, and you're going to cut that in half, and then in the hole in the cupcake, you're going to put some of the buttercream, and then you're just going to add the halves of the cupcake so that they look like wings.
So you don't cut all the way to the bottom.
Not all the way to the bottom. Yes.
Okay, well I'm excited to see you do it so that you can show us.
Yep. So, here is my cupcake. I'm gonna take my knife. Now be very, very careful. You don't wanna hurt yourself.
Or get an adult to help you.
Or get an adult. So, we're gonna go round and we're gonna angle it slightly in as well.
So it's like that.
Yes.
Okay. And you're leaving about this much cake around the outside, aren't you? Just about that much.
So I'm gonna keep going round and there we go. Also, you want about that much of the cupcake.
So we can put that inside.
And then I'm gonna turn it over and halve it. I'm just gonna put those two to the side. I'm gonna take some buttercream. I'm just gonna squidge it into that hole. So you want it just a little bit above the surface of the cupcake. So make sure that's nice and in. You're gonna take the two halves that you cut and you're going to face them in. So the round bit is pointing in at each other and the straight bit is pointing out.
Okay.
Then you're going to take it down to your cupcake and then the round bit, you're going to point down into that buttercream.
Oh, I see.
And so they look like
Looks
wings.
like the wings of a butterfly. Could I try one, please?
Of course.
Okay. So I get my knife and I gently angle it inwards, but I make sure that I leave enough space for cake by the casing. And I'm just doing it very gently. And then I pop the top off.
There you go.
Like
And
that.
halve it.
And then I go straight down the middle. And I take a little bit of buttercream. Thank you. And pop that there. Now do you think I should flatten that a little bit?
I think you should, yes. Make sure it's really in there.
Like this?
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm gonna put that back. And then you said to put the round edges together. So it goes like that. And then I'm just gonna push them in there. There we go!
Wonderful.
Oh, my butterfly's a little bit smaller than yours.
It is, but there are all different shaped butterflies, so it doesn't matter.
There we go.
And then you're just going to keep repeating that until all of your cupcakes are butterfly cupcakes.
It's wonderful. Well, thank you ever so much for showing me how to make these. I'm sure my 7 little friends and my prince will enjoy the change from gooseberry pie for once. So I can't wait to take them back to the castle.
Well, thank you for joining me.
No, thank you for inviting me. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.